3, hit it!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's Caffeine for the Soul. There's a video over on our YouTube channel called Redefining Happiness that's been getting a lot of play lately. And if you're interested, it's one of the longer form videos. It's taken from a live training I did in Los Angeles a couple of years back. And there's a lot there. And if you like these podcasts, I think you'll really like that video. Today, what I wanted to talk about was something that struck me on a dog walk. Those of you who are regular listeners know that the dogs and I, we have a lot of deep chats, and so a lot of my sort of most powerful for me insights happen on the dog walk. And I was on the dog walk a little while back, and the dogs and I were chatting about life and the nature of life, and you know, they're mostly listeners, if I'm being honest. You know, they're not that chatty. But I was sort of really exploring, well, what is life? And I was being very intellectual about it. Well, life is the, it's the unfolding of activity, and it just was going nowhere. And then all of a sudden, a beautiful feeling came up inside me. And I thought, oh, life is a feeling. And the thing about feelings is they're here now. They don't have pasts. They don't have futures. They just are. And I started to kind of just reflect on that, and I started to feel that life is an ever-present feeling inside of me. How do you know that you're alive? Now, you could logic it, but I'm betting you know you're alive by a feeling. Being alive is a feeling. Who you are, who I am, is a feeling. And because it's a feeling, it has no past. It has no future. Another way of saying it is, life is a real-time phenomenon. I am, you are, a real-time phenomenon. And while the story of you has a past and has a future, who you are, what life is only now. Now, when I was sitting in that feeling of being alive, that feeling of aliveness, and I gotta say, it's kind of a nice feeling. There was a part of me going, and? Your point? And I realized I didn't have one. In a way, the point was just a pointer. It was just a finger pointing at the moon. It was just pointing to the nature of what life is and who we are. What I consider to be the kind of two most important questions you can answer for yourself. And what I'm suggesting, what I'm pointing to, my only point, is that life is a feeling. Being alive is a feeling. Who you are is a feeling. And that feeling can only be felt, can only be experienced right here, right now. It's an ever-present feeling inside of us, and it's where all answers live. the only place you're ever going to find an answer to a question that you can't Google. Right? There are Googleable questions. Right? There are questions that have right answers. But the big questions, who am I? What is life? Why are we here? Those are questions that can only be answered from the place where all answers living. The ever-present feeling inside of us. Life. Pure aliveness. Pure being. Our essential nature. No past. No future. Just now. Have fun. Learn heaps. Happy exploring. And I'll talk with you soon.